right, then they are inverses. They being F and G. Okay, so what else is there about inverses that we should remember? This is the important stuff for what we're about to do. So you're talking about if they pass the horizontal line test, they have a inverse. Yeah, that's a good one. What about what these should reflect over if they are inverses? Yeah, y equals x. Okay, so all that, hopefully you remember. We are just going to test them out. And again, the whole point of this is that it's a good way for you to start manipulating complex rational expressions. Okay, so. Yeah, how about that?
That was my
Thank you.
I don't want to yell at for that.
No, I would never yell at someone I don't know their name. All right, so then what does this mean that we're going to do?
Oh, I know how to do this.
Okay, good. So then we're plugging g of x in for what? Every place we see it, right?
Yeah.
So then it's going to look like this.
Oh, yeah, I see now. Okay. I was dumb.
Right? So then we have this.
Oh, so it's just one.
All right, so then what do we think? What
It's
can,
gonna be negative.
Negative one, yeah. Negative one.
all right, because what are you trying to do here?
Those cancel.
That's cool.
They equal one.
So you're saying these cancel right here?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do people say those cancel?
Yes.
Besides those two?
Brian,
I'll wait for the correct answer.
Is that the correct answer?
There's the correct answer. Do these cancel right now?
That was a good shot.
No, they don't cancel. Why can't those cancel?
Because they're not factors.
Yeah, that's the right answer, right? They are not factors, and you can only cancel factors.
Oh, because they're with the negative one and one.
Yeah, because we're adding and subtracting things. So, like,
Oh, so you just cancel like half of
What
it?
if we added?
you cannot just cancel half
I
of it.
really feel like that's probably why I get a lot of things wrong, because I've always thought that you could just cancel half.
No, you got to cancel a factor, or you don't get to cancel. So then, what does that mean we should try here?
The right thing, but I don't know what that is.
Okay, so now everyone listen. Right now, everyone listen. This is well. Hold on first. Right. So you guys have the important thing and the reason why we're doing this stuff now is the important stuff is to figure it out. You need to be able to, once you figure out what you're doing or what you want to try to do, you need to be able to go through the algebra part of it pretty easily and efficiently. Okay, so someone over here said factor. So, there is a hierarchy of, oh boy, I'd rather that not be true. So factoring should be pretty high up on something you can try, because factoring isn't too big a deal. Is there anything we could factor in this? Why or why not?
Can you factor out the 3x plus 6, x minus 4?
So if we factor out, then it has to come out of both terms, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, and so then, do you want to take out negative 3x plus 6 over x minus 4 from this term?
Oh, no.
No. Okay, so factoring is probably, unfortunately, not what we can do right now. Okay, so give me another idea.
Multiply by the conjugate?
Okay, so that's another decent idea. That's a little bit more complex, I would say. Now, if you multiply through by a conjugate,
It's just always the
well, so then the question really is, are we going to be able to cancel anything then? Because, like, we're just going to multiply the top by this, and so we would have to FOIL. Does that sound like something you want to mess with? No, probably not. Like, so, right, so you're hoping right now that that's not what we have to do, okay? Could be, but that's not, I'm going to tell you it's not. But, like, right, these are legitimate things to think about. So what else could we try?
Multiply all by x minus 4.
Okay, so if we multiply it all by x minus 4, what do you think what's going to end up happening?
There will be a lot more
All our
stuff.
But it'd all be the same, wouldn't it? Never mind.
Well, okay, so
We have to FOIL then anyway?
well, okay, so let's hold on for what is your goal if we multiply by x minus 4?
To get rid of that factor on the bottom.
So what? Okay, so I think this works, and this is not how I did it this morning, and they'll be upset because I think this is much more efficient.
Actually, when
I told him this.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so
I told him that.
Now, I'm gonna try this out because this is not a very hard thing to try out.
What did they do?
That's why we thought of it.
Can we learn what they did this morning after this?
Well, only if it's necessary. So then we're doing this.
There's more steps that I need to learn on.
So just minus 3x plus 6.
Okay, so when you do something like this, hold on. When you do something like this, you have to be careful on when to foil, when not to foil, things like that. So I don't know what they were thinking up there, but I'm gonna distribute this to both, where'd my line go? I'm gonna distribute this to both terms like this.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
Was that what you're thinking of?
Yeah.
Man, you guys are something up there.
We actually were, that's exactly what we
Why are you
did.
saying we? He didn't say anything.
Because he told me what to say,
Ah.
so I said.
No, I said
well, he
we.
said it, and then I was like, let's take that.
Okay, well, so then what happens when we distribute it to the first fraction?
It'll cancel the bottom.
Okay, so then we'll have negative 3x plus 6
Minus something.
minus, yeah, what?
Or what do we plus x minus 4?
Minus x plus
That's what I meant.
Okay, well, I'm gonna write it out like this just for right
Why do we
now.
have minus x plus 4?
Because of the negative distribution.
Because of negative, yeah.
So we don't
Good job, you.
multiply it by the top of that. What is that? What are you doing?
Decided.
Because you're multiplying it by like negative 1, like it just distributes.
So you don't, so you don't, I thought you foiled the top and bottom, or I guess you wouldn't have to foil.
Because there's no fraction and you're talking, same thing as the
I get what she's
denominator.
saying, I get what she's
Like
saying.
you don't multiply x minus 4 times negative 3x.
So it's not 3x
plus 6.
squared.
Okay,
Yeah,
But it's,
Yeah, yeah, okay,
it's
so-
all one factor, it's all one number because it's x minus 1. X minus
Right.
1.
When you multiply something by the denominator, it cancels out the denominator.
Yeah, basically the same.
Sure, we can multiply
So you
one
cancel
over
out the
x by
denominator.
x.
Yeah, that makes
It's like
sense,
that.
but then why do you put like minus
What?
x back?
Oh, that's the one, that's the one,
Wait,
okay.
what
okay,
one?
well,
The one.
Minus
Yeah.
one.
all right,
Oh, that's what that is.
The one.
That's-
You get it figured out?
Yep.
okay, so, all right, now listen. So you do have to understand why you're choosing something. Because you could totally look at this and say, oh, I need to foil what's in the square brackets with the parentheses, and that would be fine, but it's not gonna get you closer to what you're trying to do. Okay, and so then you could actually say, oh, maybe I should foil negative 3x plus 6 with x minus 4. But that's why you needed some kind of game plan on why we're choosing this. And my guess was that they were choosing this, and I think they even said it, because it will cancel that denominator, and that will make a much simpler looking thing. Is that okay with everyone?
We're gonna make it look things look pretty.
Yeah.
It makes so much more sense now.
Okay, good. So then what's going on in the bottom?
Same thing.
Same thing.
Negative 3x
So we're plus.
Plus
minus
x
four.
minus 4.
Okay?
The next one is 4. Can cancel and they're factor.
I can do a nice one.
Are x minus 4s, are they factors?
This on the top of
Dang it,
that.
the negative side's gonna ruin that.
Yeah, they're not factors, right? They're not factors.
I mean, those clearly are.
Okay?
Negative 3x
Now we
plus
just cross walk.
6.
No, we only have a statement. We just have a fraction.
That was definitely.
Can we just like erase the middle of the fraction bar and then pretend they're just two separate
Yeah,
ones?
well,
Yeah, totally, if that's what you want to do.
Multiply by
isn't
the
it just
time you
gonna
get.
become negative x plus 4 divided by x minus 4, because those two are gonna cancel, because they are factors?
But these aren't
You
factors.
can't factor half the, can you?
Yeah, right, you can, that's correct. You cannot do anything with that. The other one, you just simplify it, yeah. So what's it simplify to be?
Negative 4x plus
Negative 4x,
10.
yeah. Thanks for doing that, Dory.
You're welcome.
Negative 4, oh, because you're not
Minus-
multiplying.
And then negative 2x plus.
Oops, hold on. My fat finger got in the way. Negative 2x, what? Is
He's making you far too smart. I'm correct about
that okay? Okay, so can we do anything else?
Now we have a
Take better.
Well, okay, so now we could factor something, right? So like, so what did you want to factor there?
2.
So it takes a 2 out of the top, and you got negative 2x plus 5. And then take a 2 out of the bottom, and get negative x plus 1.
So we can't just divide
Can you
those,
take negative?
like you couldn't just divide and get
You should cancel the 2.
2x plus,
Could you possibly?
I'm not sure
Can
if
you
I know
back
what you
out
mean.
the negative?
like,
You could have.
you can just like take the fraction and do like, and get
That'd be
like
negative
2x
five,
plus
wouldn't
5. That's not a thing.
Essentially for exactly what you were saying before.
We
Like you
just
can't just take half the.
Right, yeah, you can't just play
So
around.
like you're not taking the whole thing.
But you're separating things out. So don't do that. All right, but remember what we started with here. Oh man, the other class is gonna be ticked off if they do it the other way. This is way easier than what we did
Especially
before.
tell them that me and Janet talked.
Yeah,
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they get-
Maybe you should not tell them.
Maybe
Alexis
the-
spent like 15 minutes in study hall on one problem, by the way.
Wouldn't it be?
Alexis.
Totally, Brian, I had to learn how to solve it.
Alexa.
That's also just
Alexa,
1,000 problems last year when we first had it.
Whoosh, yeah. Sorry, I'm sorry, Alexa.
Tell them all that we figured it out.
I'll fill it out.
All right, this one doesn't save you that much, but it's okay. So, but like, so what did we learn about this problem?
That you
It's
cannot.
not inverse.
It's not an inverse. Okay, so, like, how do you know it's not an inverse?
Because you can't simplify it.
Yeah, that's not x, and you can't simplify it anymore to get to x. Okay, so there's no need for us to do g of f of x, right? Okay, so let's do one more. Here we go. So again, we're gonna find f of g of x and see if it's x. So it should look like, right, f of g of x equals negative, and now we're putting the g in here. So 2x plus 8 over 2x plus 1. And on a side note, they will be much more prepared for calc than you guys. So they do have that going for you guys.
That's
Wait, it's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry
How
about
are they
it.
gonna be much more prepared?
Because they're going to go through all the manipulation, which is really important.
Well, should we like know that?
No, it's good. Randy.
Yeah, Randy, go on.
Maybe I would understand why you can't divide that if I do the rest of the steps.
I don't think you would.
Well, we can do it the other way. Do you want to do it the other
I
way?
don't think you would.
I would try.
It doesn't seem very easy.
No, it's good. It's healthy.
I understood proofs and stuff, and everyone else hated those, so that's my only math
Proofs were
offense.
just annoying.
I love proofs.
Yes.
I did too, but-
All right, what do you guys want to do?
Okay.
What do you guys want to do?
Distribute the two.
And the negative.
And the negative. Okay, so that's a good way to start. So how about negative 2x minus 8 over 2x plus 1 equal, oh, sorry.
Wait, over negative 2x minus 1?
Oh, yeah, good question. Is that, what do we think about that?
One negative.
I'll try
you
this
only
one.
distribute one.
You know, I don't know.
Wouldn't it be both?
No.
No.
You want to distribute to the top.
The negative, no, my negative is positive.
Why?
True. So you only need one.
Why?
Does it matter both negatives equal
Which
positive?
one? So is it always the top?
You could do the bottom, but
We're
that
gonna
could
do
be
the
weird,
top.
I
The
guess.
top is
So,
opening up.
just-
Why, so what is the explanation
But
of
if
why
you, like,
it's,
only did one,
Yeah,
doesn't
no,
matter
no, no.
which one.
Yeah, Brian.
yeah, what is
We're
it?
doing the top so that we can cancel it later with the denominator.
Okay, so for sure, but
Oh,
why?
we have to multiply.
It's only on one, because if you had double negative,
Oh,
it would be a
okay.
positive.
Double negative.
All right, yeah, very good, right? Because if you're doing -1 over -1, then really it's just a positive and you didn't change anything.
Well, like, how do you just always
Is that okay?
distribute it to the top? Like, you don't distribute it like to the bottom instead of the top, it's just always the top?
Yeah, you usually do it to the top.
When do you not do it to the top?
I just do it to the top.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be safe, that would be safe. And so then what does that mean this one's gonna be?
4x plus 16 over 2x plus 1.
Is that okay with everyone?
Yeah.
Very cool.
All right, so we could totally, so there's barely any difference on anything. So I am gonna show you the other way. So there's barely any different. It's not different, actually.
I like the easy way.
Well, this is just as easy, because what's our other option? Like, if you see a fraction added to a number, what does it make you feel like doing? Besides get down.
Prime.
Finding a common denominator, right. So then we could say, it makes me want to get down. They don't care about this.
All your smarts need to go away, Brian. That's too big.
They're getting so excited about their self.
I'm dying.
Are you, oh, I like your sweater, George.
Thank you.
Let's call Gavin Gavin for the rest of our high school career. We'll come back for some reason.
Well, we are whispering.
Happens every time.
Do you think they would care? They can listen to the video and then they'll know that we're talking about them while they're doing this.
Okay, I understand it.
Oh, yeah. I have to write this down.
All right, well, so, listen. Do you have to write this down? You gotta do the problems right. So, does that answer your question? So is it okay if I write this first numerator as 16x plus 8?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And if I write this other numerator as, I'll write it down here, it'll be weird. Negative 4x minus 2.
Probably, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, I don't see a problem personally, but.
So then we just got a common denominator. It's barely any different.
Oh, so then it's gonna be
So what's the numerator gonna be?
14x. 14x.
I've lost, I can't
That's
see
it.
it.
14x.
That's it.
I can't see the word.
Because plus 8 and minus 8 cancels to 0.
Is that okay?
And it's gonna be 14.
Oh, I see it now.
I know.
That's, yeah, I guess it's actually kind of easy.
Wait, what is
Okay,
that?
this
What
makes
is that?
sense.
Is that okay?
Yeah, that's.
Oh, that's just a fraction
And
of,
then
okay,
that's
so that's like a
14.
triple differ
Can't
fraction.
you factor out the 12?
Yeah,
Like,
Because that's something.
Hasn't there always
It
been
might
a
be.
rule, like, in life, that you couldn't have fractions in your denominator?
Yeah, well, so we're not done. We're not
I
done.
know,
Yeah.
but like, it's just.
Yeah, usually don't. Yeah, usually don't leave them there.
Factor out the 2x plus 1? Or no?
Well, so unnecessary because we are dividing two fractions. So what does that mean we can do?
Oh, multiply it by 2x plus 1.
Keep
Ah.
your split.
Keep change the bet. Yeah.
I still showed us a song about that. Were there fish in it?
It's gonna
Yes,
be
that's why
x.
I always associate fish with
no
cute
one
change.
I-
Wait, can't we just like multiply it by 2x plus 1 and be 14x?
I always wondered why.
I
What?
love keep
Someone's
your.
like,
Yeah, but let me do it this way. But yes.
Come out to x over 1.
So I'm gonna write it out. So 14x.
14 divided by 14 is 1.
I'm just writing this out. You don't have to write all these steps.
2x.
Oh my gosh, I love keep change split.
Yeah, so you can do keep change flip.
Keep change flip didn't make sense until
Yeah.
7th grade to me, but.
I almost exactly.
Miss Hellman would be super sad if she knew that you guys like keep change flip.
Does she not like keep change?
I don't think so.
No, Mrs. Hellman taught us keep change.
Oh, she did?
No, Miss Dill taught us keep change on the fish video.
I'm just gonna point something out real quick. You are being recorded, so be careful on what you say about people.
Miss Dill absolutely.
Point that out.
I love school.
I was
So do all
afraid
your
that it was gonna
YouTube-
go somewhere.
Do all your
That would hurt
YouTube
someone's hearing.
followers hear all of the stupid questions that I ask? Most of them are mumbled, like I can't really
Yeah,
make
Do you-
out like
can't
who's
really
saying
make out
it.
who's
Here,
saying what.
why don't
You watch these.
You are acting like people actually listen to my videos. So, right, you can
So, like-
ask them if they actually listen to your questions, if they would leave a comment that say, yes, I do.
If you listen to my stupid questions, please leave a comment with a picture of like the emoji turtle or something. Okay.
Well done. Okay. All right, so listen. So, listen. Should we foil and distribute?
No.
Because here, I'll even give you a hint.
Problem.
This is what we have right now.
They're gonna cancel.
Oh, you keep it? Oh, then you change it to multiplication.
14s will cancel because they're crossing each other like that.
Okay, because they are also known as factors, so now you can cancel.
I do love to factor.
That's x.
might not use.
All right, so what do you know right now?
It's an inverse.
Might be. So actually, you know nothing right now, except that you do have to do the other direction now to see if they are both, right? All right, so